So this is the new 15-inch MacBook Air M2. I picked it up. Let me explain how I got here.
Okay.
So before Apple introduced the M1 silicon-based Macs, I was using the 16-inch MacBook Pro.
Correct.
The Intel version, the thin one.
Yes.
When the Pros came out with the M1 processor,
the
16-inch went a bit too thick.
Too thick, too heavy.
Very heavy.
Too heavy.
Absolutely. So I switched to the 14-inch.
Okay.
Love that machine, but when you're used to a bigger screen size, going to a smaller screen
it's
size
very
is
difficult.
Absolutely.
Very difficult.
So when this was announced, I thought I'll pick it up. I'll try it out for a week or so, see if I can get used to it over my 14-inch MacBook Pro.
Okay.
And you know what? I've had it for about 5 days. I love it. I love it. I don't know why I love it, but I love it.
Okay, so first and foremost, this is the same 13-inch.
So the 13-inch that was redesigned last year.
Correct. The same 13-inch that currently exists with M2
correct.
is now in a 15-inch size.
15-inch form factor. Obviously, they've used that larger space to add a few more things on here. You've got better speakers, so 6 speakers instead of 4. Trackpad is larger.
Trackpad is huge.
Trackpad is massive, exactly. So those are the couple of changes, and obviously the bigger screen.
Right.
The bigger battery, we'll come to that in a little bit later, but those are the major changes to it.
Okay, fair enough. So it's super lightweight-ish.
Exactly. It's about the same weight as my 14-inch MacBook.
I'll tell you what, you can accept the sacrifice of the slightly heavier weight because it's so slim.
Exactly.
So you can accept that because I also use the same 14-inch as you, and that is thick, and the 16-inch is just massive. So you can accept the slightly heavier weight for this, but what about the display?
So that was the part I was concerned about the most, right? Because you're going from a 14-inch Pro for me, which was like a micro LED display with ProMotion.
Okay.
That doesn't exist over here. So you've got a regular IPS LCD. It's a great screen, don't get me wrong, but it's at 60 hertz as well. So that was the first thing I noticed immediately. Now, whether the trade-off of having a larger screen versus the refresh rate is worth it or not would obviously depend on whoever's buying this.
Right.
I'm getting used to the larger screen.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll say that.
I can totally see the larger screen being useful, and I know this is a weird thing, but at least the way I sit, it fits better on the lap.
It does.
It kind of has spread, but it's not heavy. The 16-inch used to dig into your legs.
Oh yes.
So I think that this one makes a lot of sense for anyone who needs a larger display, but doesn't need to push the boundaries, let's say.
The M2 is super capable anyways. So,
no heating issues.
Nothing at all.
Lots of customization.
The only time I noticed it getting a little bit toasty was the first time when I got it and it was charging and I was setting up.
Okay.
So my assuming is the spotlight in the background was doing all the indexing.
Right. Okay.
And then it was charging. So I felt a little toasty. After that, nothing else. Nothing.
Battery.
So I was hoping that this would be the best battery performing laptop from Apple.
Okay.
It isn't.
Okay.
What they've done is they've taken the exact same battery life or capacity, not a capacity, but how much you get battery per charge as the 13-inch.
Okay.
And translated that to a 15-inch. It's got a bigger battery.
Right.
But then the bigger screen utilizes the same amount of battery. So you get the same amount. Absolutely.
Okay.
So the 16-inch MacBook Pro is still the king when it comes to battery life, if that's what you're looking for. This is better than the 14-inch MacBook Pro.
Okay.
Exactly the same as the 13-inch Air. I was hoping that this would be
on the overall, this is still a long life.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it's not
you get 16 hours out of it.
Yeah, fair. So that's also there. You bought, what is this color?
Midnight.
I would never ever
I call it
ever. Oh my God!
Look at that.
This is driving me insane. No way. It would be silver or gold.
Yeah,
for me, whatever
I think that could have been a wiser choice, but I really like this color. It's beautiful, but super fingerprint friendly.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Or a Tbreak skin, maybe.
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 Yeah, absolutely. And from a price perspective.
I was just coming to that. So wait. So I want to ask this in two ways. So first and foremost, at its base level, what is the price?
5,500 dirhams.
5,500 dirhams. At that price, what do you think? So this is 8 GB.
This is 8 GB with 256 GB.
256 GB of storage.
So that's the base. This is not the model that I picked up. I picked up a slightly, but that's what you get.
Okay. What did you pick up?
I picked up the 16 GB with 512.
Okay. How much did that come to?
That came to roughly 7,000 dirhams.
Roughly 7,000 dirhams.
Yep.
Now this was my second question. Now when this starts creeping in, so a friend of mine has bought this with 16 GB, 1 terabyte, put Apple Care on it, and it's coming to almost 8,300 dirhams.
Okay.
At that stage,
I'd get the Pro.
You'd get the Pro.
I'd get the Pro.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
So because in this particular example I'm talking about, this friend of mine was adamant that she would not. She's been using an 8-year-old MacBook because she refuses to go below 15-inch and she can't afford the new Pros. So from that perspective, I think that's what this is for, that little niche.
Absolutely.
On the sub 6,000 dirham level, I think it's a great buy, instant choice.
100%.
But on the higher side, it's only a choice if you absolutely need 15 inches.
Yep. So you mentioned the higher side. Now let's come back to the lower side of things as well. So MacBook Air 13 starts at 1,000 dirhams less, 4,500.
Correct.
But at that, you're getting a lower config as well because this has 10 GPU cores.
Okay.
If you spec the MacBook Air 13 with 10 GPU cores, it goes up to 5,000. So there's literally a 500 dirham difference between this and the MacBook
So
Air
at its
13.
base level, it is also higher spec than the base 13.
Correct.
Fair enough. Listen, on the overall, I mean, listen, I've loved Airs forever now. I think they're great. I think that you have to have a very specific purpose now to move to the Pros.
Absolutely, yes.
And with 15 inches, I think this is just such a great buy.
Totally. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes the best-selling laptop of 2023.
I mean, Apple will find a way to say it on their presentation anyway, so it's all good. But what do you guys think about the MacBook Air?
And are you planning on picking one up?
Yeah,
Let us know
definitely.
in the comments below.
Thank you very much.